Good morning, 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 beautiful people. Good morning, beautiful people. We are back. It's your boy Robert Lee with EXP Realty. And guess what? I had to hit y'all with a little reel this morning. I'm sorry, I apologize. It's been a long time since y'all heard from me, but I promise you I'm gonna try to keep talking to you. But hey, I'm a busy dad, right? Y'all know what time it is. So listen, I've been getting a lot of phone calls about this Bank of America new minority program loan or whatever, and I just want to chime in on what I feel and how I feel about it. So nothing I say, you can take it as I'm not a loan specialist, so I can't tell you the ins and outs of it. I'm just going to give you my opinion and tell you the knowledge that I have and tell you where it's coming from. So let me just go ahead and dive right in this. First of all, I don't want. So this is what I see. I see a lot of people on social media and they posting it and they posting it. I got relatives posting it. I got people posting it and they getting all excited. You know how we get a new wave and we get all excited. First of all, I just want to let y'all know this has already been going on for years, first of all. So I don't want people to think that, oh, Bank of America is really trying to help bridge the gap. Yes, you can say they are, only because they are putting something out there that's kind of somewhat new. But let me speak from a realtor standpoint. About 80% of ever since I became a realtor, about 80% of all of my closings, my people don't pay no money down or closing costs if they're first time home buyers anyway. So just take unload that a little bit. So one of the main, I guess, one of the main benefits that they talk about is no down payment and no closing costs. Now that's huge. And then they talk about no minimum credit score. So let's talk about that for a minute. If you are a first time home buyer, there are plenty of programs out there by a lot of lenders, a lot of mortgage companies that take care of your down payment anyway. So if you got a lot of people out there that's going to take care of your down payment anyway, then you can almost say, were you the first to do this, or this already been going on? People just didn't know about it, right? So then let's talk about the closing costs. Well, that's a lot of money, right? So how can you get your closing costs taken care of without just going through Bank of America? And this is no shade on Bank of America. I got a business credit cards with these folks. I got checking accounts and savings accounts. So listen, this ain't no bash Bank of America. I'm just educating you. So if you have, like I said before, how do you get your closing costs taken care of? Well, before COVID hit, you typically, if you had a good agent like me, then I could negotiate your closing costs to get taken care of. So of course, when we had this, it came into a seller's market. It was kind of hard to get closing costs taken care of because pretty much we're bidding against a lot of people that got like a lot of cash, a lot of investors, blah blah blah. So the best offer is gonna sell the deal, and typically the best offer meant if you weren't asking for something, that was the best offer, right? So I just don't want people to run around and be like, oh, I gotta go through Bank of America now because they're trying to help my people out. Listen, there are plenty of mortgage loans that can compete with that. You just got to pay attention on which ones to go through, and you also got to pay attention on the back end. Do not, I repeat, do not think that they're not getting this money back somehow, some way. So you have to take a look at how the structure of the loan is drawn out. You have to take a look at how you might be paying back a little bit more of this. Like give you an example, they could have like a lot of fees, let's say origination fees or things of that nature. So they can throw some stuff in there. And yes, you ain't got to pay it up front, but you're going to pay it on the back end. Like you going to pay. Like these folks ain't just giving you away money. Because if that was the case, they could have been and done it, right? So, I'm just saying you got to think about it a little bit. So what cities? What cities are affected by this? So a lot of people posting this in cities that ain't even affected by this. So let's just let's just calm down, pump the brakes a little bit. Charlotte, Dallas, Detroit, LA, and Miami. Those are the only cities that they're rolling this out for right now anyway, right? So out of those cities I just named, those are the ones that they are targeting to say they're rolling it out to see if this will work. Now, most people, or I've been seeing a lot of people post and they're getting excited, and they don't live in them cities. So like that doesn't concern you. Now, what does concern you, if you're getting excited about home ownership, then like I just mentioned previously before, get with you a lender in your city, in your town, wherever you at, where you from, and just have a conversation. Like a lot of times y'all can have a conversation and realize that you are this close or probably already approved for something that you don't even have to worry about. But a lot of times we see something new come out, roll out, and then we just, we get the big eyes, oh, they help, decreasing the gap between minorities and, the rich and whatever, the wealth gap. Listen, there are programs already out there like this. This is nothing new. This is nothing new. So I just want to come on just to kind of share that with you. Like, don't get so excited and run to that. And then next thing you know, you're paying like a lot of fees elsewhere, or maybe the interest rate is going to be a little bit steep because they're using different qualifications. Speaking of that, what are the qualifications for this new loan, right? So like I said before, no down payment, no closing costs, and no minimum credit score. So the qualifications to be able to qualify for this loan, this is what makes it look good, right? This is what makes it look inviting. You basically they're going to be looking at your rental history. So if you rent, they're actually going to be using the fact that, let's say you never missed a payment on your rent. So that's going to look good for you, right? Then they're going to look at the fact of your job history. So I don't know, like typically some lenders say they just need 6 months of work history. Some people need 12 months. So you can't be in a situation where you was jumping around from job to job and still think you're going to get qualified, right? And then what else they were targeting? So since they weren't targeting minimum credit score, they were just going to look at basically how you pay your bills and look at how your bank account fluctuates. So they got to tap into your bank account. They got to see how your money coming in and how it's going out. So a lot of people see, oh, this loan is beneficial because I'm not going to be paying down payment and I'm not going to be paying closing costs. Let me just run to it. Listen. Do your homework. That's all I'm saying. Do your homework. I'm not trying to bash Bank of America. I'm not trying to be the type of person that go against it. You know how somebody, throw something out and there's always somebody talking negative. And like I said, I can't talk negative about it because I literally have 3 checking accounts. I got a business account with Bank of America and I got business credit cards. So like, I'm not here to, take money away from BOA. I'm a proud member. But I just want you guys to pay attention to what you're doing and then not get overly excited. You should get excited about home ownership anyway. Like I said, if that's a goal of yours, if that's a plan of yours, this can help. So I want to just kind of talk about my personal feelings. Put it that way. Let me take that banner off. Let me talk about my personal feelings on that. So personally, I had a red flag when I heard about it, and this is what I thought and felt. So one, they can't target minorities. So this loan is not for minorities. It's not for Black people, not for Latinos. It's for everyone. It's for everyone inside a minority community or a minority-centric community. So think about the wording of that. So it is for first-time home buyers. So basically, anybody can purchase a home. But it has to be, anybody can get the loan rather, because you can't do any lenders discrimination practices. And so the thought process behind it is they feel like there are a lot of people in, let's say, economically challenged neighborhoods that need the opportunity to own a home. Well, this is an example I'm going to give you where I felt like it was a red flag if something goes wrong. All right, so what you got, these small qualifications, right? Minimum qualifications. Imagine if you gave a loan to like 100 people in a neighborhood that was probably targeted for gentrification. Think about that. Think about what I just said. A neighborhood that's probably already been targeted for gentrification. And if you got 100 loans out, 100 homes out, let's say 50 people default on that. Because think about who they're targeting. Once again, you don't have to pay any money down. You don't have to pay any money at all. And outside of, your inspection or your appraisal, and then they're not using a minimum credit score. So you might end up getting a lot of people that really are not ready financially and mentally to even purchase a home, right? But they finna approve a lot of people. So what happens if half of those people default? Guess who own those houses in those neighborhoods? Not the people anymore. The banks, Bank of America. So now that they own all those homes, who do you think they finna sell those homes to? Because they're not finna sit on them. They're not finna do that. The big time investors. Exactly. So now guess what you got? You got the big time investors finna come in and say, hey, Bank of America, I heard you got like 50 homes in this one neighborhood. Let me get about 25 of those. since they got the money to do it and they got the capital to do it. Bank of America gonna say, okay, yeah, take these houses off our hands. We just want our money, right? So now you got some investors going out. If they buy 25 of those homes, guess what happens? You better believe they finna take that neighborhood and clean it up. And sometimes gentrification ain't a bad thing, but for some neighborhoods, it's a bad thing because it's moving out people that can't afford to stay in the neighborhood once they build that neighborhood up. And so that's why I just say y'all gotta just be smart about this. Don't just really think like, oh, they really helping out. Like if you're set and you think and you want and you already had a desire to own a home, talk to your local real estate agent, which is me because I work in all 50 states of the United States. So you can talk to your local agent, or if you feel comfortable talking to an agent in your city, which once again I can get you into, I can introduce you to an agent in your city that's just as knowledgeable as I am. So you still can reach out to me. Once you had this conversation, you have this sit down, you can find out what programs are available to you and what programs that can help you already. And so I don't want people to look at this like, oh, this is great. This is great. Can be a great thing. Because once again, the other 50 people that do pay their bills on time that might not default on the loan, they deserve an opportunity to own a home. Like I said, I believe in everybody deserving an opportunity to own a home. I just understand sometimes it ain't everybody's time. So just because you can get into something and not pay nothing down on it, it may not be the time for you, or it could be the time for you if you're the type of person that pay all your bills on time. So like I said, just understand what you're getting involved into. One of the main things that I do like and benefit and do, and then I am excited about home ownership is a lot of people complaining about their rent going up and then they ain't getting any improvements on the apartment that they living in. Well, home ownership is a little bit different. You don't got to worry about your rent going up. Now, the other thing is you do got to worry about paying for your maintenance of the house now. But at the end of the day, if you've been living in a city and you've been living in an area for a long time and you know you're going to be living in there for the next at least 7+ years, do not be afraid of home ownership. That's all I'm saying. Don't be afraid of it. A lot of people talk negative about it. There's nothing negative in owning a home. And people say, well, you don't own it, the bank own it. Yeah, the bank own it. But guess what? I can sell it. So look at it that way. So I hate when people get into that debate where you're not really an owner and as long as you pay the bank. That's a lie because I can sell it. Tell me, how many things can you sell and not own, right? So I don't own a truck on top of the GMC parking lot right now. Therefore, I can't sell that truck. But I can sell my truck. I still got a car note out on it. I can sell it though, right? And get the money for it, especially if I sell it for more than what I paid for it. So listen, I ain't finna get into that part about it because, like I said, there's a whole bunch of negative Nancy's out there that don't like home ownership. My only advice to you is, like I said before, just get with your local agent, get with your local mortgage broker, get with your local lender, your local bank, your local credit union. Just get with somebody that knows something about it and ask those hard questions. I promise you, it's not a hard ask. And they're not going to worry you. They're not going to bother you. They're not going to make you feel stupid. Just go ahead, ask those questions and get those questions out the way. Because listen, like I said before, there are a lot of programs out there for a lot of people. This is nothing new. This Bank of America, this right here, this is what they're rolling out is nothing new. There's a lot of mortgage companies that's already doing things like this. And there's a lot of real estate agents that can actually get you into a home without having to pay anything outside of, once again, your inspection or appraisal. So, like I said, if you have any questions, just DM me. If you have any concerns, just reach out to me or reach out to anybody, like I said, that you can get into. And if you don't know anybody that you can reach out to me and I can introduce you to that person. I did have a comment on here where they said, wow, I thought it was for every state. I think a lot of people don't know that. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know. It's not for every state. So, they rolling it out in those target states. Once again, those cities are Charlotte, and it ain't even really in every city in that certain state. It's literally for Charlotte, Dallas, Detroit, LA, and Miami. That's what it's for. They're gonna roll it out and they're gonna see how it works. And honestly, I'm a little weary about it because I just feel like if you're targeting people and saying that, you understand those qualifications are good qualifications for people to have. Like if I'm a mortgage lender, I want to see people have money in the bank. If I'm a mortgage lender, I want to see you have some type of good credit score, regardless if I believe in the why and how the credit score is created. I want to see that you be able to pay your bills on time. So their way of, or their method of being able to qualify you is seeing if you are going to if you've been paying your rent on time, which is a good qualifier. But listen, if they looking at your rent and they looking at your job and you living from check to check, it's different when you fall behind on your rent and you have a relationship with your landlord and he's okay with you being a little late. The bank is not going to allow that. So when you late, you late. When you default on that loan, you default on that loan. They try to come get the house. And that's my fear. My fear is they're trying to go ahead and get the stronghold on a lot of homes in a lot of neighborhoods, like I said, underdeveloped neighborhoods. And the first people they're going to resell those homes back to are the investors, big time money investors. So, like I said, it could be a benefit, but it also could be an issue. So just be wary, be aware, and just ask questions. Like I said, there's no stupid questions to ask. So reach out to me, reach out to my DM, reach out to your local agent. If you don't have a local agent, reach out to me and I'll introduce you to your local agent. So once again, this is Robert with eXp Realty, just giving you the straight real, straight up and down. That's how we do. And like I said, I'll be plugged in a lot more. I need to go ahead and jump on here and make sure I'm keeping you guys educated and informed, if anything. If I don't do nothing else, I'm going to share the secrets. So y'all have a wonderful Labor Day weekend. Do not forget what Labor Day weekend is for. It's for you to be off. It's a day to celebrate the labor movement within the United States. And listen, you do not need to be working on Labor Day. So tell your boss, if your boss is making you work, if you got a retail type job, hey, don't come in. They ain't going to fire you. Y'all have a wonderful day.